At 6:117 in the morning,
That fence is
Patricia
coming down
Holloway
today,
smiled
whether you
and
like
said,
it or not.
"That fence is coming down today, whether you like it or not." The grinding scream of a skid steer ripped through the Texas air before I could even reach the gate. The smell of fresh cedar exploded around me as splinters flew across the pasture. I stood there frozen, watching workers tear through a fence my grandfather had built with his own
Your
hands
ranch
nearly
isn't
40
private
years
property
ago.
anymore.
Patricia stood
It's the
beside them with a
perfect location
clipboard
for a
tucked
new
under her
community
arm,
You are
like she
standing
owned
on
the
land
place.
that has been surveyed,
According to her,
registered, and
my
protected
ranch
for
wasn't
decades.
private property anymore. It was the perfect location for a new community
The
walking
community has
path.
already
I told her
approved
she
the
was
project.
standing on land that had been
Project.
surveyed, registered, and protected for decades.
The tummy.
She laughed. She actually laughed. Then she pointed toward a row of HOA residents gathering
must
with
be a
coffee cups
violation
and
here.
smartphones,
Hey!
and said the community
that
had
thing
already
outta here.
approved the project.
This view is just
By noon,
perfect.
strangers were walking across my pasture like it was a public park. Kids were climbing gates. People were tossing snacks over the fence line. Someone even launched a drone low enough to spook my livestock. Every crunch of gravel under
Maybe
their
you should be
shoes felt like an
grateful the
insult.
HOA is
Every
improving
cheerful
the land.
smile made my blood boil. The worst part was that nobody cared what was written on the property
this
records.
ranch was an empty
They only
land.
cared about what Patricia wanted.
What she didn't
The
know
air
was that
smelled
I
like
had
trampled
documents,
grass and
footage,
diesel fuel.
and
The
something
sound of
else
footsteps
waiting beyond
echoed
that
where there
broken
should have been
fence.
nothing but wind and cattle. Then one resident looked at me
They
and
were
said,
only a few minutes
"Maybe I
away
should be
from
grateful the
discovering
HOA
exactly
was
what the
improving the
HOA had
land,
ignored.
improving it." The same land my family had worked for generations. What she didn't know was that this ranch
have
wasn't
stayed
empty
quiet,
land.
or
What
would
she
you have
didn't
stopped
know
them?
was that I had documents, footage,
Like,
and something
subscribe,
else waiting beyond
comment,
that broken
protect your
fence.
land if the HOA
Something
crossed
Patricia
the
never
line.
bothered to ask
Full
about.
story.
Something that
What
made
she
this
didn't
entire
know was
walking
that I
trail a
had
very bad
documents,
idea.
footage,
And when I saw the
and
first
something
group of
else
residents
waiting
heading
beyond
deeper
that
into the
broken
pasture that
fence.
evening, I realized they were only a few minutes away from discovering
They were only
exactly
a
what
few
the
minutes
HOA
away
had
from
ignored.
discovering exactly
Would you have
what the
stayed quiet,
HOA had
or would you have
ignored.
stopped them? Like, subscribe, and comment, protect your land if the HOA crossed the
Would
line.
you have stayed quiet?
The full
Like,
story is already on the
subscribe,
channel.
comment,
Tap
protect
the
your
link in the
land if
pinned
HOA
comment
crossed
before
the
you
line.
miss what happened
The
next.
full story